For today's video, we're going to take a look at all of the possible rewards you can get from the year 2 birthday llamas. And I'll leave a link to where I got all of this information in the description for those who want to go check it out. A couple of things I should point out before we get started is that emotes will be coming to save the world in season 10. And they didn't provide a whole lot of details in regards to those emotes, but as soon as they do, I'll be sure to let you all know. The year 2 birthday llamas mainly consist of year 2 event heroes and weapons with a few exceptions. But on July 25th, there will be a year 1 llama available, and that's going to be free until the 28th. So be sure to log in between the 25th and 28th and collect your free year 1 llama. As I've mentioned before, year 2 birthday llamas are going to cost 1,000 summer tickets. Once season 9 ends, all remaining summer tickets will be converted into sci-fi llamas and not converted into birthday llamas. So if you want to try to get as many year 2 items as you can, then you're going to want to open those birthday llamas before the season ends. Anyways, the year 2 birthday llamas are going to consist of heroes and weapons from the winter event, as well as the frostnite event. They also include Roadtrip weapons and Roadtrip heroes. They also include year 2 FORTNITEmare's heroes and year 2 fortnitemare weapons. They also include yarrr heroes, as well as the weapons we got from the yarrr event. And they also include a couple of other weapons and heroes which I'll go over shortly. And first we'll start off with the heroes and weapons from the winter event. You have the Cloak Shadow, and I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on these. I'm just going to show their abilities as well as their perks. The Ice King will also be available in the year 2 birthday llamas, and he is a hero I would keep an eye out for. Sergeant Winter is another hero you'll be able to get. Jolly Headhunter will also be available, and we haven't gotten gameplay of her, but we have gotten gameplay with most of these weapons and heroes. I'll be sure to leave a link to all of our weapon and hero gameplays in the description for those who want to go check it out. The Frostbite will also be available in the year 2 birthday llama, and this is one of the few year 1 items that you can get from the year 2 birthday llamas. The Coco 45 pistol will also be available, as well as the Pain Train, which is one of my favorite assault rifles. I definitely recommend keeping an eye out for this. And the same thing is true with Santa's Little Helper. This is one of the best rocket launchers in the game at the moment, so if you haven't gotten it already, be sure to try to get it from the birthday llama. The Jabberwocky is going to be available, as well as the Yeoman Sniper, and this is another weapon I would recommend keeping an eye out for. You'll also be able to get the Basilisk, as well as the Stalwart Squire, which is one of the highest damage per shot weapons in Save the World. The Hemlock's also going to be available, and this is another weapon I would definitely recommend trying to get. The Smasher Basher will also be included, as well as the Wicked Wind Axe. And when it comes to mythics, I would recommend trying to get all of them, because every time you get a mythic, you get a team perk. And there's 2 mythics from the year 2 winter event that will be included, and those include Link's Cassandra. Once you get her, you'll get the Bioenergy Source team perk, and it also includes Sub-Zero Zenith. And once you get him, you'll be given the Shake It Off team perk. Year 2 birthday llamas also include frostnite heroes and weapons. So Jingle Jess will be available in the year 2 birthday llamas. And I would recommend trying to get Jingle Jess if you like using Outlander's Teddy ability. The Ice Queen will also be included, as well as Sentry Gunner Krampus, as well as the Ginger Blaster. And this Ginger Blaster can drop candy that can heal you and your teammates. And not too many weapons can do that. Only this and the Candy Corn LMG do that, so you may want to try to get that. The Tree of Light will also be available, as well as the Pop Shot Shotgun. The Guardian's Will Sword will also be available, and this is another weapon I would recommend trying to get. And the Spectral Blade Sword will also be included in the year 2 birthday llamas, and this is definitely another weapon I would recommend trying to get. And that sums it up for all of the Frostnite event items that you can get in year 2 birthday llamas. Next up, we're going to take a look at all of the road trip items you can get. Tactical Assault Sledgehammer will be available, and I would definitely recommend trying to get him, as well as Thunder Thora. Lots of times I'll use her in my support team when I play with constructors. Whiteout Fiona will also be available, and if you like using swords, axes, or scythes, then you're definitely going to want to try to get her. Redline Ramirez will also be available, and she's another hero I would recommend getting. You'll also be able to get First Shot Rio, and she's one of the best heroes when it comes to assault weapons, specifically the ones that have a small magazine size. Vintage Tech Penny is another road trip hero that's going to be available, as well as Wild Fragment Deadeye. Infiltrator Ken will also be included. The Walloper Hammer will also be included, as well as the Typewriter, and this is another weapon I would recommend getting. Spyglass will also be available, as well as the bundle bus. And I know they did sort of nerf the bundle bus, but it's still a really solid assault weapon in my opinion. So I would keep an eye out for this as well. The bowler will also be available, which is a really good explosive weapon. The dragoon's going to be available, which is a really good weapon when it comes to blowing back mist monsters because of the high impact. You'll also be able to get the duelist, which I really wasn't a big fan of, as well as the fishing hook, which is pretty good in terms of damage, but it's slow compared to other scythes. You also got Old Betsy, which is another really good sniper rifle, as well as Sir Hootie, which is a club I never got a chance to level up and try out. And when it comes to mythics, Ragnarok's going to be available, and he gives you the Slow Your Roll team perk. Bladestorm Enforcer will also be available, and he gives the Endless Shadow team perk. And Field Agent Rio will also be available. And once you get her, you'll be given the Phase Blaster team perk. And that sums it up for all of the road trip heroes and weapons. Anyways, year 2 birthday llamas will also include FORTNITEmare's heroes and weapons from year 2. And those include the Blade Doctor Igor, as well as Sentry Gunner Earhart. It's also going to include Sanguine Dusk, as well as the Last Word pistol, which is one of the best pistols in Save the World. I would definitely recommend keeping an eye out for this one. It's also going to include the Ghost Pistol, which is really good against UFOs. It also includes the 6-speed under shovel, which is a really good utility melee weapon. You can put a bunch of armor perks on it or movement speed perks on it, so you may want to keep an eye out for this one as well. It's also going to include the Candy Corn LMG, which I wouldn't consider to be the best, but it's definitely one of my favorite LMGs. And again, this is another one of the weapons that drops candy that can heal you and your teammates. The 2-step shotgun will also be available, and this is one of the few weapons we haven't gotten gameplay with yet. If y'all would like to see gameplay of it, let me know in the comments below. The crankshot will also be available, which is probably the best sniper to use with Sub-Zero Zenith. You'll also be able to get the Swan from the year 2 birthday llamas, so you may want to keep an eye out for this one as well. You'll also be able to get the Axle, as well as the Drifter, which is the steering wheel. When it comes to FORTNITEmare's Mythics, you'll be able to get Quick Draw Calamity, which you're definitely going to want to try to get from the year 2 birthday llamas. And she gives the Hot Swap team perk, and Dyer is the other FORTNITEmare's Mythic that you can get. And he gives the Hunter's Instinct team perk, which is a really good team perk in my opinion. But yeah, that sums it up for all of the FORTNITEmare's heroes and weapons. Year 2 birthday llamas will also include the Steam Skewer, which we got from the Tales of Beyond event. You'll also be able to get the Sir Lancelot Spear, which was available during the Lovestorm event. There's a few weapons that we got during the Cram Session event that's also going to be available. One of those includes the Rat-a-tat, which is a really solid pistol. The Lead Sled will also be available, which is one of the best hammers in Save the World, and another weapon I would recommend trying to get. And the Rat King's another weapon we got during the Cram Session event that's going to be available in the year 2 birthday llama. And this is one of those weapons I would recommend using with First Shot Rio. And the last event that's going to be included in the year 2 birthday llamas are event heroes and weapons that we got from the yarrr event. And those include Hybrid, who I do use sometimes in my support team, as well as Bomb Squad Kyle, who's another hero I use in my support team often. You also have Bunny Brawler Luna, as well as Cottontail Eagle Eye. And again, I have gotten gameplay with most of these heroes and weapons. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link to them in the description. Dashing Hare Ken will also be included, as well as Buccaneer Jonesy. You'll also be able to get Crossbones Barrett, and this is a hero I use a lot in my support team. A lot of people ask how I get coconuts. This is the hero that allows you to pick up coconuts and use them, so be on the lookout for him as well. Swashbuckler Killhall will also be available, and Privateer Hype will also be available in the year 2 llamas as well. The Cannonade explosive weapon will also be available, as well as the Double Boiler. The Duet Steampunk assault weapon will also be available, and that's a really solid assault weapon I would keep an eye out for. You'll also be able to get the Corsair Sword, as well as Jack's Revenge, which I believe is the highest damage per shot pistol in Save the World. The Steam Piston will also be available, which I really wasn't a huge fan of, as well as the Bon Voyage Sniper Rifle. You'll also be able to get the Steamroller, as well as the Baron, which is another one of those utility type of melee weapons where you can increase your movement speed or your armor. And the last weapon that's going to be included in the year 2 birthday llamas is the Steam Thrasher. And this is my favorite melee weapon in Save the World at the moment, so I will also recommend trying to get this one as well. But yeah, that's some of everything that you can get from the year 2 birthday llamas, which again should be coming out sometime this week, and we'll try to open up a bunch of them the day they become available. But yeah, let me know what are your favorite heroes and weapons from year 2, and also let me know which weapons and heroes you all would like to get from the year 2 birthday llamas. Anyways, that'll do it for this one. I hope y'all found the video useful, and thanks for watching.